What is up, Pyros? Today we are taking a look at some unique fuses that you can find out on your consumer market. Now, this order I just picked up, as you can see, it's from Pyroworks.us is the website. It's actually from the Uncle Sam's Fireworks City out in Oklahoma. They do sell fuses, they sell racks, just like a couple other companies that I buy fuse from. Usually I buy from Cannon Fuse, but Cannon Fuse didn't have any unique effects that I was looking for. So as we open this box, we're going to take a look at, I'm sure you guys, most of you Pyros know that Flying Fish Fuse, Jellyfish Fuse, Crackle Fuse, and even what the Jelly Bean effect you see in fountains, you all know actually just fuses cut really small, put in the inserts, and when they're ignited, they kind of dart all over the place and emit different colors. Well, I wanted to get 4 different unique effects that I haven't had before, and I really wanted to take a look and see what they look like. And we will be shooting them out of a tube per se a little bit later on in the video, so you can kind of see exactly how it's done. Just imagine, an insert with these little fuses. So go ahead and get all the rolls out of here. So it looks like we got 4 rolls in total. So they're all supposed to be 65 feet long, and they're all unique. So let's go ahead and get them laid out, and we'll take a look at them. Now that we've got the fuses out, you can definitely tell we have 1 silver fuse coloring, and then we have 3 green, but they're all different unique effects. What I mean by that is I have always really been intrigued by the fact that some of my favorite effects happen to be just little fuses burning in the sky, and I wanted to kind of, create some of those of my own. So we have, first one up, we have 65-foot roll of Falling Leaves fuse. This is the blue effect. Next we have Crackle Fuse, gold coloring Crackle Fuse. So I'm really excited to have this. I loved my orange Crackle Fuse, which I'll show you a little bit later, that I had previously. This is stuff that I love, because when the crackle ends, the firework begins. So I love using this out on a show or just shooting out back. Then we have some green strobe fuse. So hopefully this has some nice strobe effect. I'm really interested to try it out. And last but not least, we have the Flying Fish or the bee fuse. We got silver, one of the very few colors that I actually had left, and I'm really excited to see how this works out. So what my game plan is I want to take all 4 of these different fuses. We're going to burn them normally like you would for a cake. So we're going to probably put out 1 foot so you can kind of get the normal burn time down, so we can figure out how short we need to cut them. Because my game plan is to not only use these 4, but I do have some previous fuses that I want to try out as well. Here we have a red strobe. That's some red strobe fuse that I bought probably a couple years back from Cannon Fuse back when they had it. This is my leftover 65-foot roll of Crackle Fuse, which is maybe down to 20 feet or so. And we have the good old red, white, and blue slow fuse. Now, why would we want to use slow fuse when we're using all these other different kinds of fuses? Well, what I have planned is we're going to cut up little 1-inch sections of all these fuses. And after we do the timing, I really want to try out that. So I have a little black powder cannon that we're going to use as individual single shots. What I'm going to do is we're going to cut basically 1-inch inserts or 1-inch fuse, basically enough to fill that bore of that, put a little bit of black powder underneath it, and then we'll put the red, white, and blue slow fuse in there, and we'll shoot it off. So Pyros, sit back, enjoy. When I get the first fuses set up, we will kind of go through the fusing testing of the 1-foot sections to get the actual times down. And then we'll whip out the black powder cannon, and we'll see what these fuses look like, so that way it kind of relates to what cakes you have out there. Because remember, all the Flying Fish and bee fuse and strobes and Crackle Fuse and all that stuff that you see in cakes and in fireworks, they're actually just fuse. So let's go ahead and experiment a little bit with some fuse, and I'll see all you Pyros in a minute once we get outside. What crackling does. Up first we have the silver orange Crackle Fuse. Now we have gold Crackle. Up next we have the gold Crackle Fuse. Now we have the green Strobe. We have the green Strobe fuse. Now we have the red Strobe. We have the red Strobe fuse. We have the silver flying fish, or B fuse is the name it's called by. Next we have the silver flying fish or B fuse. Last but not least, we have blue falling leaves. And we have the blue falling leaf fuse. Alright, so the first one up, I kind of wanted to show you what I've been doing so that way you guys can get a gist of what I'm doing for the other 5 fuses. So at first, we have the Crackling Fuse. This is the gold, this is the green one, 65 foot. This is the one that I just got, not the orange one that I had previously. So we first want to load the cannon. So it comes with a little scooper. This is one of the, was it Kinshaw Cannon Co. So if you guys have ever seen one of these, I'm sure you can get it off of Cannon Fuse. I think this is where I got this one, probably about a year ago, and I just finally got some black powder, so figured I'd start using it. So we just basically just do one scoop. Don't need to pack it in. Just one scoop will do ya. Just kind of load it in. And then just kind of push it down. Make sure it's kind of compact in there. Hear it kind of maneuvering around. Just make sure it's level and flat. And then the fuse. Basically, I've learned 18 is the magic number. So we'll do 1 inch, and we'll cut 18 of these. And then what I do is obviously get them all together. So we got 18 of them. You can see they're all just about 1 inch. Basically, maybe a smidgen smaller, but close enough. You just want them all with similar size. Not too long because you want it to burn out obviously before it hits the ground. So you got to kind of get them in a ball, or not a ball, but just kind of all in a straight line in like a grouping. So that way we can evenly shove it down the tube of the little cannon. Yes, it is a little messy. Don't always recommend doing it inside the house, but don't have a good spot outside to do it right now. Don't have no lighting, unfortunately. So basically, kind of get it in a grouping. Make sure it's kind of even. So there we go. So, and then we just kind of insert it. Oh, I forgot one. kind of insert it evenly. Should be able to fit all 18 of them in there. One thing I do notice is some of the fuses, when you pack them this small, or should I say when you have them this small a size, they get real flimsy. They're not as rigid as I'd hope they'd be. Just kind of pack her in. As you can see, we're flush. Alright, well, put the little red, white, and blue fuse in it. Go until you feel it kind of stopping. It's probably about, I think it's spread about here. It's where it normally cuts off at, which is right there. And there we go. All we gotta do is light it and see what it does. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have the green Crackle fuse, gold effect. Let's go see what it does. All right, so we have the green Crackle fuse ready to go. See if I can get a good shot with it, or a good angle. Here we go. Maybe a little too packed on that one. All right, so we got it loaded up. We have the orange coloring. It's supposed to be silver Crackle fuse, but it's more and more look like gold as well. So go ahead and try it out. Hopefully get a good angle of it. All right, here we go. Nice. All right, up next we have the red flare fuse. See how this looks. It had a little bit too much black powder in it, I think. All right, up next we got the blue fallen leaves. Not as packed in there, not as much black powder. So hopefully we just see the actual effects of the fuse this time. I'm gonna probably stand a little bit more downrange so we can maybe catch them in the air instead of behind it. But I think it's time. So again, we got blue falling leaves. Here we go. Nice. They definitely had a nice falling leaf effect. Now imagine if they were kind of drooping down with gravity. I think that would look pretty sweet. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Up next we have the green Strobe fuse. Here we go. Let's see what it does. A little delayed on that one. I mean, that is a true strobe effect. Get this out. All right, well, I think we got one last one. Let's go ahead and get it set up. We'll take a look at it, Pyros. Be right back. All right, and then we have the silver flying fish. or B fuse, some people call it. All right. Let's see what it does, Pyros. Okay. That was really packed because that was still only one scoop. All right, Pyros. Well, I hope you did enjoy this little experimenting with the fuse. I mean, you know, we got 6 different types of fuse we experimented with. We saw the 1-foot versions, day and nighttime. And then we also got to see how they're used in fireworks. Now imagine, instead of every one of those that we shot horizontally, imagine when they're in the sky breaking and falling. So it's a little bit different concept. I didn't have a good way to kind of do it instead of shooting 6 different cakes, and I don't have 6 cakes that match those fuses. So hope you do enjoy this little experimental version. If you guys would like to see more of this, please make sure you comment down in the comment section down below, because this little black powder cannon, it's getting pretty fun. But as you know, fireworks is where the home is, but experimenting with the fuse is always a wonderful thing. But Pyros, I hope you Pyros enjoy, and I will see all you Pyros next week with another demo video.